Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so guys, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you all today?
Fine.
No, I'm sick.
You all know what we're gonna do today, right?
Yes.
Then what are we gonna do today?
We're gonna discuss.
Yes, that's right. First of all, we're gonna discuss. We're gonna discuss about hoax, why there's such a thing as hoax, how to identify that and how to avoid that. And then we're gonna give a solution on how to make the hoax not spread too much anymore. And then why do you think is it difficult to identify which are hoax or which aren't? Okay. So should we introduce ourselves first? Okay, so I'm Nabila. I'm gonna be your moderator today. Okay.
My name is Raisya.
I'm Sintya. I'm Ester Mulia. My name is Siti Hajjar Fatimah.
My name is Fabi.
I'm Resesonia.
And I'm Caselly.
Okay, so first of all, we're just gonna continue to our first discussion, which is why do you think hoax spread? Do any of you have any opinion on why is that happening? Why is there such a phenomenon called hoax? Okay, Esther.
Because sometimes we just accept any kind of information without filter it is true or not.
Oh yeah, okay. That's correct because we just accept information for just without filtering it, yeah. Okay. And how do we know which are hoax or which are not hoax? Which are real, which are not? How do we avoid receiving hoax? How do we identify them? Do any of you have? Okay.
Okay, I want to share my idea. The question is how to identify or avoiding, but I tell you about how to identify the hoax. Okay, before that, we must have a skeptical mind. So it means we have to doubt with all of information, all the news, whether on WhatsApp, Line, or the other application that you've got. So yeah, and be attention with several things, such as the title. We identify the hoax with the title first. Okay, the title. It means, is that true? The title, is that logical title, like that. And example, yesterday there is issues, Jokowi's issues, like that.
Oh yeah.
And the news said that Jokowi is PKI, like that. So they said the title is that logical, like that? Nah, like, yeah. And the second, yeah. And then the second is source. Yeah, as you know, the source is very important, especially we are scholars, right? Yeah, and the third is the picture. Many fake picture in the when we are surfing in the internet. So many fake picture, and we must be careful about this picture, like that. So I think my opinion is that isn't enough. Is that all?
Oh, so okay, so from Fatma, you said that we need to think more critically, more skeptical, with every information that we receive from. And then we need to also check whether the title, think logically, whether the title is is it really logical? Jokowi in PKI? Yeah. And then the picture, because it could be photoshopped or not, so we could not trust picture really easily these days. And then we need to check the source, the credibility of the source too, of course. Does any of you have more opinion?
I think we.
Okay.
So the one thing that I should make sure again that hoax it's not only from social media but also if we searching for any information from Google, we can also found any hoax at there. And I think that it's not enough if we just recheck again the title and the picture. So I think we should compare the information with any information from the other source. We can get the point of view from the other people. So I think we not only get the truth, what exactly truth, but we can also conclude what exactly happened and this time at this what is exactly behind the information or behind that news like that.
Okay, I get it. So, Cynthia, you're saying that we need to compare the information for so we could check the each of point of view, so we could also know the credibility too, which if the writer is just telling some lies, telling some hoax or not. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else have more opinion on how to avoid or to how to identify hoax? Enough. Okay, then we're going to our next discussion, which is what sort of solution that could be needed for us so we could avoid it or identify. What should we do? Okay, Caselly.
So I think we should check it on the website. But I think this website is English based, so I don't think the Indonesian news can be checked on that website.
What is the website called?
Website like Politik, it is for Politik in the for
Foreign?
yes, foreign, yeah. And then fact check, open secrets, and etc. And then the thing that you should know when you're search for fact checking website, a good fact checking service will write with neutral word. Neutral. Yes, neutral, and provide unbiased source. So if it's biased, so it will be confusing the readers. Okay, this is the A news say that blah 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 blah, but the other news but is in the same. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so same
Yes.
information but different point of view.
Nah.
Like different sides. So they're against each other.
Yeah, so it will be confusing readers. Yeah, I think that's for website. But there is application in Indonesia for fact checking, and Resesonia will explain.
What is that? Okay, go on.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I know this application from Unair too. So one time ago, a long time ago, I invited at Unair to join at launching Opinium application. Now, Opinium application. What is an Opinium application? That's an application that developed by Surabaya youth to like discuss about news. Is that hoax or not? And I think that's not important, but so helpful for us that as we know that we live in hoax area like that, hoax era, and many hoax spread, and we don't know where is that come from like that. And also, I'm so proud if Surabaya's youth can do it for our country. It's so big. What is that? what could we say, big,
Effect.
yep, it have big effect for us like that. And owner also support this application too, and yeah, it's good for us.
Yeah.
And I think the best solution to fight hoax is increase our media literacy. Why? Because if we read more media literacy, we will have more information, so that we know more information and we can know which is hoax and which is not, like that. Because Indonesian people don't have what could we say, like reading culture from our from the start, like that.
Okay, so from what Caselly and Sonia said, now there is a website, an application. Okay, the website is for the foreign news, or it's probably in English. Yes, it is in English, to check whether the information is hoax or not. And then from Indonesia itself, there's also an application. Yes, an application called Opinium, which is launched by UNER itself. No, supported by UNER and launched by Surabaya Youth. Yeah, that's pretty amazing for Surabaya Youth. Yeah, so proud. And then Caselly also said that when we read some news, that we need to check whether the writer wrote it in a neutral point of view or not, and not taking any kind of sides, so there won't be any misjudgment, right? Okay, so that's it from the two of you.
Yes, and increase media literacy.
Oh yeah, okay, of course. And Sonia also said that we need to increase our media literacy knowledge. And we need to tell them from when they're still toddlers or something, so when they grow up that they already knew about all of them. Right. Does any of you have more opinion? Raisya?
I want to give my opinion. I think another solution for fighting hoax is making regulation. Because as you know, the internet is free, you can post anything on the internet and people can read that, people can get that easily. But then we don't know whether it's right or not, we don't know whether it is based on the fact or not. So I think making the regulation by the government is something important to fight the hoax. Thank you.
Okay, so Raisya said that there need to be a regulation, some sort of rules from the government.
Yeah.
So they could monitor and organize if we found some hoax or something. Oh, Sintya, do you want to add something?
What Raisya said about the government make the regulation, but I think we should who the one should be responsible to make sure that this regulation will be able to society will follow the rules, not just there's the rules and ignore it, but how to make the society it's my responsibility too, so I should follow that rules about the hoax.
Okay, so continuing from Raisya, Sintya said that not only where is the puff gone? Okay, so I'm just gonna continue it. Okay, so continuing from Raisya. Continuing from Raisya, it's not only the government that needs to make some kind of regulation. We as the people of Indonesia, people of Earth, we also need to know whether or not it is hoax or not, and then we need to also stop them from spreading faster. Yeah. You all agree on that?
Yes.
Oh, you also want to add something?
I want I want to say I'm agree about Cynthia's opinion. But not only government but society or Indonesian people, but Indonesian people have to support the government. It can be run the rules, regulate.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the same as Cynthia, which is the people of Indonesia also need to support the regulation, the rules that could be brought down by the government. Yeah, so not only just the government but the people too need to realize that there need to be some sort of regulation for us, some sort of filter in the media or something. Yeah. Okay, does any of you have more opinion on on the solution, how to avoid them? That's all? Enough. Okay, then that's gonna bring us to our last discussion, which is why do you think it is hard for our generation and for our future generation to avoid them or to get them to stop spreading hoax? Do you all have more opinion? Fabi, do you have some sort of opinion on how to?
I try. Why identify hoax is so difficult? I think many information can spread out freely. I don't know what to spell. Yeah, spread freely. Many information spread out freely, and that is supported by internet. Yeah, we know in internet we can spread anything. Anyone can spread anything, and too many information make us difficult to identify the hoax. I think that's all for me.
Okay, so Fabi is saying that it is getting difficult because, as you know, internet is free. Then many kind of information could be spread freely and faster by there, right? Okay, so any more of you have more opinion?
I think I have.
Okay, Esther.
And our culture is too open to this, like gossip and some hoax news. Like we know an Instagram account of Lambetura. Yes.
Yeah, Lambetura.
We thought that news is true, but it is not. It's just gossip like that, I think. And we all know that account Instagram and it becomes so famous in Indonesia, right?
Yeah. So it is getting difficult because people just start gossiping and just believe that the gossip is true or not. But it is just gossip. We don't know whether it is true or not. Which is like most of them are not right? Yeah. And then there's also some sort of account on Instagram that could spread more gossip, and people just believe it so easily that it makes us difficult to clear them that it is not true, right? Does any more of you have more opinion? No?
I think that's
Enough?
I found.
Okay.
Resesonia already said that we are in the hoax era, but it's called post-truth era. Like what Fabi said, like we can get any information from internet, especially social media. It's relevant with what been released information that 60% of social media content is hoax.
60%?
Yes, 60%.
Okay. 60%. That's wow, mind blowing. Okay.
It's more than half.
Yeah, it's more than half of the. Yeah. We could just surf on the internet and this we don't know it is true or not because 60% of them are lies. Okay. So does any more of you have more opinion on how? No? Okay then, that means I'm going to conclude our discussion and give some summary for that. Okay. So, from why the hoax could spread like that, why hoax exists, it is because from our generation, we just accept information just like it. We just accept what we were told, which is why we're not too open-minded. We just kind of already believe in that, so we're not open-minded to other kind of opinion. And then from how to avoid or how to identify, we need to think critically and logically, and then we need to check the title, the picture, and the sources for the credibility, and then we need to compare the information with other information we found, so we know it is true or not. Okay. And for the solution, for the solution, there is already an application called Opinium in Indonesia, which is to discuss whether the information is hoax or not.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we need to also educate our people to think more critically, and we need to increase their media literacy knowledge. Yeah, and then there need to be some sort of regulation, perhaps from the government, and we need to fully support it by the people. But yeah, as people of Indonesia. Yeah. And then why is it hard to know if the information we found is hoax or not? It's because identifying hoax is getting difficult, because many information could spread out freely in the internet, because internet is free.
Yes.
And then there's also that our culture that likes to gossiping, and then after we gossip, we just believe it as truth, which is not. And then from that, we know there's a fact that BIN told us that 60% content in internet, social media, is hoaxes. Yeah. So I think that's all to conclude our discussion today. Okay. How I'm gonna say it? Okay then, thank you for watching.